Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I'll be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the Chiefin' Crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the boys,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We have a little boys basketball action coming up for you tonight. A big Southwestern Conference showdown as your Collinsville K-Hawks get ready to take on the East St. Louis Flyers. And we welcome you into the pregame show. My name is Todd Duke, and the pregame show brought to you tonight by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great services served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville is where you'll find them. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. JV game just ended. Boy, it was a long one, but the K-Hawks pulled out with a final score of 64-52. East St. Louis got the lead down to 4 points early in the fourth quarter, but Collinsville held tough and ended up winning by 12. Let's move on to the varsity side. Collinsville comes into this contest at 4-3 overall. They are 0-2 in conference play. They are coached by Darren Lee. He's in his 16th year here at Collinsville and has a record of 284 wins, 175 losses. Coach Lee is in his 36th year overall as a coach in the state of Illinois. 749 and 318 is that record. East St. Louis, they are 4-4 coming into this game and 0-1 in conference play. Mark Chambers is their head coach. He's into his 9th year in that position and has a record of 143 wins and 55 losses. Well, the Cahoks are looking to break out of a 2-game slide to get themselves back into the win column after back-to-back losses to both of the public high schools in Belleville, and at the same time looking to pick up their first conference win. The second quarter in both of the Belleville contests proved to be the major difference in both losses. A week ago tonight, Belleville East outscored Collinsville 24-5 in the second quarter, and the Cahoks lost that game by 9 points. After a 9-9 third quarter, Collinsville closed the gap a bit by outscoring Belleville East 19-14 in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't quite enough. In the Belleville West game here Tuesday night, the Maroons outscored the Cahoks 16-8 in the second quarter. Being outscored by Belleville West 19-10 in the third certainly didn't help either. And Collinsville closed the gap again in the fourth quarter by outscoring the Maroons 21-12, but by then it was too big of a deficit to overcome. Senior Donovan Coates and junior Jace Wilkinson both scored 17 points in the Tuesday night loss to Belleville West. Coast and senior Stanley Carnahan both pulled in 8 rebounds for Collinsville in the game. The Cayhawks were cold from beyond the three-point stripe. They hit 7 of 22 shots. Well, the Flyers, they started out their 24-25 campaign in the annual Roxana Hoops Giving Classic and did so with 3 straight wins. The first of which was a 65-51 win over the host Shells. East St. Louis followed that up with a 54-34 win over Gateway Legacy Christian the day before Thanksgiving, and then a 61-35 win over Piasaw Southwestern the day after Thanksgiving. The final day of that tournament saw the Flyers suffer their first loss of the season in a 63-51 defeat to Centralia. East St. Louis then lost their home opener 70-61 to Normandy on December 3rd. The Flyers went back on the road and got back in the win column with a 58-34 win at McLaurin North. Since that win, East St. Louis has also lost 2 straight. A tough 1-point loss, 47-46 to Peoria. That game took place at Mount Vernon. And then the Flyers lost their Southwestern Conference opener 52-49 Tuesday night at Alton, despite Montreal Stackers' 24 points and Lawson Bynum's 17 rebounds. All right, time for senior interviews on the boys' side of thing, and our first contestant up is senior Donovan Coates, and my conversation with Donovan Coates comes your way next as the LC's Pub pregame show rolls on here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville presents the Sports Page Lounge. Come check out Collinsville's newest destination for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge features a 14-foot 9-screen video wall with games across the spectrum, from college football and basketball to the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Pair that with tastefully crafted libations from the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, and you have the perfect atmosphere for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge, next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery at 115 Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 618-855-8027 for more information. The Sports Page Lounge, a new experience for sports lovers in Collinsville. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA Storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA Storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're back in the friendly confines of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Big conference battle between Collinsville and East St. Louis, and we've already started our senior interviews with the girls basketball team and the hockey team, so now we're going to do the same thing with the boys basketball team. And first up on the list is the numerical order goes number 5, Donovan Coates. All right, Donovan, let's first find out about your family. I know most of your family, and I just want to hear about all the other parts that I don't know about your family, and including the pets. So let's not forget the pets.
Pets, okay. So, oh, you got it? Okay. So, you know my mom, of course, then my dad, Demarius. Got 2 little brothers. One of them play, actually, they both play the same sports. One of them plays football, though. The other one plays soccer. Got a dog named Mello. I have an uncle. He used to go here named Vernell Coates. You familiar? Yeah, my uncle. He used to go here. Play basketball, and yeah, that's really it. And you know my grandparents?
No.
Grandparents, they graduated from East St. Louis, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, tell me your basketball story. Who was the one who got you involved in basketball? How old were you? And tell me the little story about you becoming a basketball player.
I would have to say it's my dad. My dad really inspired me to play basketball. Had me watching a whole bunch of clips of even Michael Jordan. He wanted me to be Michael Jordan. You know, he really just inspired me. He really the one that pushed me all the way, coached me all the way to senior year. I just want to thank him for everything because he really got me, inspired me to play basketball, and my mom too. But yeah.
I hear your mom was quite the soccer player, by the way. All right, so let me go through some numbers for you. You spent the last 2 years at Edwardsville High School, and you're back this year, so I added up all of them. So in your varsity career, 419 points, 53 of 127 on the three-point shots, 82 of 103 for free throws, 169 rebounds, 36 assists, and 18 steals. Tell me, of all those stats I just threw at you, what are you most proud of?
Really, the rebounds. I'm really shocked. I never knew I had that many rebounds, but yeah, all the coaches called me a dog because I'm really good on the offensive glass and defensive. So yeah, I'm really proud of the rebounding stat.
You've done pretty well at the free throw line this year too.
Yeah, so that's all I work on during practice. Every time we get a break, I just get on the free throw line and just keep shooting.
All right, and you got 153 points so far this season. Right now, that is 7th most in all of the St. Louis metro area. So what do you think about that being in the top 10 in all of St. Louis?
Feels great. I just had to keep being consistent, and I want to keep going for that number 1 spot by the end of the year.
All right, time to move on to my favorite things category. These are your favorite things. Favorite sweet snack?
Favorite sweet snack? I'm going to have to say honey bun.
Nothing wrong with that, man. That's a sweet snack and a filling sweet snack, too. Favorite salty snack?
Salty? Probably like some Lay's chips, maybe.
All right. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Which one of those 3 is your favorite?
Definitely breakfast. I love cook me some waffles in the morning, Belgian waffles with some eggs and cheese on the side. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Sounds like I need to go to your house for breakfast. All right, so what about any other meal? What's your favorite meal? Not that you cook, but somebody else cooks, and who does that cooking?
My favorite meal would have to be lasagna. My mom always cooks lasagna, and I love it. Or maybe rotel, but she cooks in the family most of the time.
All right, your favorite kind of music genre. What is your favorite kind of music?
Rap.
Got a favorite artist or group in that category?
No, not really. I kind of listen to everybody.
All right, moving on. Movies, TV, or books? What's your favorite out of those three?
Oh, definitely movies. And my favorite movie, it would definitely be Menace to Society.
Clay Smith in the background. All right, man. Tell me something about Donovan Coates outside of school. No sports. What would Donovan Coates be doing?
Really, on my free time, I really like to take pictures on my phone. Maybe in college, I would probably be like, want to go in photography or something. But yeah, I like taking pictures. So that really thrills me on my free time.
All right, man. Let's talk about school then. Let's start with least favorite class.
Least favorite class? Definitely math. Geometry, I hate geometry. I'm not gonna lie, I hate it.
It's funny, man, because when I interviewed all these students, the least favorite is math or the favorite is math. So that takes us to the next question. What is your favorite class in school?
History. I love history.
Yeah, that's my favorite class too. All right, man. So tell me a little bit about your future when you graduate in May. What is next for Donovan Coates?
Hopefully to play college basketball anywhere. Specifically a college that would like want me. Then maybe go into business or photography class. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really thought too much of it, but yeah.
All right. Shout out time, man. Who out there you want to say hi to?
Shout out my whole family. Then shout out Trevion Swagger. Shout out my friend right here, Gino. And yeah.
Trevion. I love Trevion. All right, man. Let's get back to talking about some basketball. So as I mentioned earlier, you played for Edwardsville the last 2 years. Last year, you stopped Collinsville's 17-0 start to the season. So tell me, how did you feel in that moment when you beat the guys that you've been playing basketball with for most of your life?
Kind of felt bad and good at the same time because it's always been a competition between me and those older guys, especially like Nick Horace and Jamori. But it felt good at the time. Then really think about it, I really miss playing with those guys, and I'm glad to be back here.
All right, you got East St. Louis tonight, and you guys are coming off of back-to-back losses to both the Belleville schools. So how are you going to turn things around and beat the Flyers tonight?
I had a whole talk with the whole team. We all agree we have to pick up our energy a lot. It's really not about the scoring. We just have to play better defense, and just energy-wise, we just have to pick it up because I feel like we've been sloppy on both ends.
Donovan Coates, thank you very much for the visit, sir, and good luck to you in your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, that is Donovan Coates, number 5 in your playbook, maybe number 1 in your heart. I don't know. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw the starters your way, and we'll go over some stats, all that and more, coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union strong. We are Kahok strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at Collinsville High School. We are just about ready to go here. This big Southwestern Conference match between Collinsville and East St. Louis. And here are your starters. We'll begin with the East St. Louis Flyers. They will trot out onto the floor. Arlandis Brown, a 6'4" senior. Montreal Stacker, a 6' senior. Lawson Bynum, a 6'6" junior. Alex Johnson, a 6'3" junior. And Dev Rice Johnson, a 6' sophomore. For Collinsville, they bring out the same starting five as has been all the games so far in the first 7 contests of the year. Jace Wilkinson, the 5'11" junior. Donovan Coates, our pregame guest, the 6'3" senior. Stanley Carnahan, the 6'6" senior. Chase Reynolds, the 6' senior. And the big guy, Solomon Talbot, the 6'11" senior. Donovan Coates leads the team with 153 points on the year. Montreal Stacker, he has 125 for East St. Louis, and he leads them in that department. Your leading rebounders for both teams. Stanley Carnahan has 51 on the year. Solomon Talbot right behind him with 48. Coates not too far off the block either with 44. And for East St. Louis, Lawson Bynum has 73 boards on the year. And Arlandis Brown not too far behind him as well, as he comes in with 65. Mark Chambers in his 9th year as head coach for East St. Louis. Darren Lee in his 16th year as head coach for East St. Louis. And on the other microphone, we have Dr. Chris McCluskey. How are you, sir?
Happy Friday, Todd. Thanks for having me back in the booth. Always a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to some Southwest Conference basketball action.
Friday the 13th, nonetheless. And I believe there's a full moon tonight, too, so kind of scary. All right.
I'll look at it as good luck.
I hear you. Lawson Bynum, the 6'6" junior, out at center court, along with Collinsville Solomon Talbot, the 6'11" senior, for the opening tip-off, and we are about to get this rock and roll party started. I kind of jumped the gun there, man.
A lot of energy in the building tonight, Todd.
This place is packed, man. It's good crowd. Collinsville ends up tipping the ball back over to East St. Louis, and they will go right in and score 2 points. Alex Johnson gets the scoring started for East St. Louis. Now Collinsville will try to even it up. Here comes Chase Reynolds. Reynolds across the bottom half of the Kahawk logo. Gives it over to Donovan Coates, our pregame guest, who gives it over to Solomon Talbot. It looked like he was surprised to catch that ball.
Yeah, they're not guarding Talbot out on the perimeter.
Yeah. Here is Reynolds once again. Reynolds on the left wing. Gives it to Carnahan. Offset from the lane. Takes the shot. No good. East St. Louis pulls down the rebound. They bring it up quickly. Here is Johnson. Johnson almost lost the handle of the ball. Backs it up to Stacker. Stacker with a big three-point shot. No good. And the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here comes Donovan Coates. Coates takes it from coast to coast, and Collinsville is on the board. We are tied at 2.
Donovan Coates knows he's got to be the leader of this team, and I like that he's pushing tempo, and he gets Collinsville back tied.
There's the ball over under the wing for Alex Johnson. Johnson will drive into the lane. Solomon Talbot cuts him off. Carnahan was there with him as well, and Carnahan will pull down the rebound for the Kahawks. Here comes Chase Reynolds. Reynolds settles right up above the Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Scripture here on the floor in cursive writing. Gives it up now to Chase Reynolds, Jace Wilkinson. Chase, you know, they kind of rhyme.
A lot of Jaces and Chases.
I know, man. Here is Donovan for three. Coates misses it, and the rebound will end up into the East St. Louis bench, and that becomes the first turnover of this contest. 6:36 left to play here in this opening quarter. 2-2 here early on. And the JV game, 64-52. That was a very long game. Lots of whistles in that contest. Collinsville had a 20-7 lead after the first quarter in that game.
The JV guys are fun to watch.
They are. Here's a three-point shot, and that one is good for Lawson Bynum. And Bynum is the first one to hit 3 points. And the East St. Louis Flyers go up 5-2. 6:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson gives it up to Chase Reynolds. And, Reynolds directs traffic in the slot. Gives it up now for Coates. Coates moves it up just outside the lane for Carnahan. Carnahan, a couple of bounces. He's in an off position, and he gives it up for Talbot. And the big man Solomon banks it off the glass for two. Collinsville trails by one.
Carnahan does a good job of attracting the double team and dumping off to Talbot for two.
Johnson drives, and he hits the bottom of the backboard with it, but that's because he was fouled.
Yeah, Johnson goes left-handed, just beat Carnahan and drew the foul. Collinsville, I think, you know, it's early in the year, but I think if we can establish more of a paint game, right, improve our rebounding, get some buckets in the paint, that's a good sign, and we've done that tonight.
At the free throw line, it is Alex Johnson. Johnson so far on the free throws, 7 of 15, and he hits the first one and has one more coming his way. Oh, a piece of fuzz on the end of my pen. Both free throws good, and it's now a 3-point lead for East St. Louis. Here comes Chase Reynolds. Reynolds, once again, darts across the bottom half of the logo and then gives it up deep out onto the right wing for Carnahan. Back out front now for Chase Reynolds. Reynolds gives it up to Coates. Coates thought about the three, and then he traveled, so thought about it a little too much. A little hesitation, and then the feet kind of shuffled there.
You know, I don't know how the refs, they do a good job, but when you do the pump fake and then dribble, I don't know how they tell if it's a walk or not.
Yeah.
It seems like half the time it is. That time it was.
It was. Here is Stacker. Stacker fires the ball over onto the wing now for Johnson. Got a couple of Johnsons out there. One Johnson to the next, and now Stacker back with it. Deep out onto the right wing. 5:15 left to play here in this first quarter. And we're going to have another whistle. And
little hand check, I think. Oh, offensive foul?
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't see it. Maybe he hooked. He probably hooked.
Lawson Bynum gets the first foul for East St. Louis, and the Flyers and the Kahawks now each have one here in this opening quarter. Here comes Chase Reynolds. Reynolds is going to wear out that bottom part of the logo, man. He keeps on cutting across the same part. Here is Carnahan. He directs some traffic now, throws it back out front now for Reynolds. And Reynolds all the way over for Coates. Coates inside. Talbot, one bounce, turns around. Little baby hook shot won't go. Rebound comes all the way out to Jace Wilkinson. And Wilkinson at the top of the key. Gives it up over onto the left side now for Reynolds. Excuse me.
Yeah, Collinsville definitely making it a point to get the ball in the paint. Here we go again.
Yep, here's Talbot. He waits it out, and then he gets fouled on the way up. And Solomon is going to go to the free throw line, where he is 6 of 7 so far this year.
It's a big, strong move by Talbot. I love Collinsville pushing the ball inside, because if you do that, you can go inside out, and we've got some good three-point shooters. We've just shown that we shoot the ball contested sometimes, and that decreases your percentage.
Lawson Bynum already with 2 fouls here in the early going, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. 4:44 to go, and here is Talbot, and the first one's good. So Bynum does go to the bench, and coming in is going to be Tyreek Barnes. He is a 6'7" sophomore, so he's still got probably a couple more inches to grow there. Talbot makes both, and Collinsville gets this thing back to within 1. Here is Stacker. Stacker in the backcourt. Collinsville puts on a little bit of pressure, but he gets the ball up to Johnson. And they kick it outside now for Alex Johnson. 3-point shot, that misses the mark. And the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers bring it back out. Here is Brown. Brown over onto the wing for Stacker. Stacker, an underhanded pass underneath the basket. And that one hits the bottom of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. And I believe it's going to stay with the Flyers.
Must have got tipped on its way out of bounds.
Well, I was waiting for the referee underneath the basket to make the call. I was looking right at him, and he never did, so apparently one of the other referees decided to make that call. Here is Johnson. Big 3-point shot there. That was DeVrice Johnson.
DeVrice Johnson from way downtown. That was like a Jamori Weisinger 3 who just walked by,
yeah, I saw
by the
him.
way.
Man, apparently he broke a pinky.
He and Nicky Horse and Zach all doing good down at Swick.
Yeah, there's a big pop and drop there from Chase Reynolds. And Reynolds on the board for the first time. Yeah, Stephen Stock, who did the games the last couple of years at Belleville East, he's now doing SWIT games. So he is a little bit familiar with those three Collinsville Kahawks.
Tell you what, you have really made an impact in young broadcasters here in the Metro East. You've got him doing SWIC, and our man Matt went out and did an ESPN Plus game.
Yeah.
And I talked to him after that. He credited a lot of that to you, Todd.
Yeah, he's got another one of those assignments, so he's only going to be here for half of the second day of the Prairie Farms basketball tournament because he's got another SLU game coming up on the ESPN Plus.
Incredible.
Yeah, and the young man at Mascuda. And let's get back to action here. 10-8. East St. Louis has the lead. Here is Coates from the free throw line. And that one ends up going out of bounds after the miss, and it's going to belong to East St. Louis. Collinsville turns the ball over for the third time. And the Kahawks trail by 2. Backcourt pressure being put on there. Stacker had a hard time getting out of it. Finally gets it up to Johnson. Here's another three-point try from way downtown. And once again, the three-point shot kind of killing the Kahawks here. That one was from Arlandis Brown. So Brown, Bynum, and Johnson have all hit three-point shots. And East St. Louis is 3 of 5 from beyond the arc already.
We got to do something with that hoop down there. The last couple teams that have been here have shot well from 3.
And there's a drive by Coates. No basket, but he's going to go to the free throw line where he is doing very well this year. 37 of 44, 84.1% on the year.
How many has he shot so far?
He's already shot 44 free throws this year.
Free throws?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even Christmas time yet.
Yeah, that foul is on Tyreek Barnes. He came in to take the place of Lawson Bynum, who had 2 early fouls. Now he picks up one, and Coates hits the first one. And now here is Kamari Mays, Jordan Taylor, and Evan Wilkinson all coming in to take the place of Jace Wilkinson, Chase Reynolds, and Solomon Talbot. Donovan Coates back at the free throw line. Final shot coming up for him.
Yeah, I like that move, keeping fresh legs, because you know East St. Louis brings the energy.
Oh, yeah. And Coates hits both of his free throws, so Collinsville right now 4 of 4 from the charity stripe here early on. We're under 3 to go here in this opening quarter. And here is Stacker. Stacker dribbles it across the volleyball line, cuts into the paint, dumps it off, but I believe that he forgot to take the ball and give it to somebody else, and it ends up going out of bounds, and that's the first turnover of this game for East St. Louis. Here's Kamari Mays.
Running point guard. Look at my man.
Rayshawn Taylor's younger brother brings it up across the top of the logo this time. Over to Evan Wilkinson. Wilkinson in front of the East St. Louis bench. Outside now for Taylor. Gives it back to Wilkinson, and he drains one from about 10 feet out.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. He had some contact, got knocked down, and still put it in the bottom of the net. Brings Collinsville to within 1.
Yep, Coyotes have not had a lead in this game yet, but they're getting closer to trying that, and that one gets knocked out of bounds. And how about 2 turnovers in a row by East St. Louis?
Hey, we'll take it. I'll tell you what, that's good, solid defense. I would call those forced turnovers.
Yeah.
And I love Collinsville having some younger guys in here. Here comes Kamari Mays, number 3, bringing the ball up the court.
Mays, again, cuts across the top of the logo, brings it over toward the right wing, and it's a little pressure over there coming from Johnson. And then it's picked off by Stacker. He knocked that one out, and he'll go down and he'll score 2 more points, and that'll extend the lead for East St. Louis to 3 as Stacker gets his first 2 of the game.
Yeah, that's just a lesson in varsity ball for young Mays. He'll learn from that and make an adjustment.
Here is Mays once again at the free throw line. Gives it up. Donovan Coates for 3. A little bit too long. There is Carnahan with the rebound, and Carnahan waits it out, trying to put it back up. Nowhere to go with it, so he'll put it back outside. Here is Coates on the right wing. He gets blocked out and very close to stepping out of bounds. Gives it up to Mays. That ball close to going over the line, but a nice save over there by Evan Wilkinson. Wilkinson picks up his dribble, gives it up to Coates now. Coates had the wherewithal to come back out. He knew Evan had nowhere to go with it. And another shot that was missed there by Donovan Coates, and an East St. Louis rebound follows. Here is Stacker. He goes all the way down off the glass. Good for 2.
Yeah, East St. Louis giving Collinsville a dose of their medicine. They're taking it right to the rack now. And here comes Collinsville down by 5 with a minute left in the first.
Kamari Mays, one-hand shovel pass over to Wilkinson in the left-hand corner. Front of the East St. Louis bench. Coates for 3. And he nails it. He needed that. Boy, Collinsville needed that as well.
Huge shot by the senior Donovan Coates, knowing his team's on the ropes. Brings the game to within 2 to help his younger teammates out. Here comes East St. Louis.
40 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter, and that was another turnover by East St. Louis, their third in a row. And Isaiah Brown wants to check into the game. He is a 6'5" senior, and he'll come in and take the place of Orlandis Brown. We got Browns and Johnsons all over the place around here, man.
And seniors, Reynolds and Wilkinson's a junior, isn't he?
Evan? Or Jace. Yeah, Jace is a junior.
Yeah. So senior Chase Reynolds, junior Evan, Chase Wilkinson. My goodness, we got too many similar
I
first
know,
and
man.
last
I'm telling
names.
you. Gets a little confusing, especially when you start getting these guys running up and down the floor and passing the ball in a matter of a split second, even less. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds all the way over to Jace Wilkinson. Collinsville looking like they want to play for the final shot here. Donovan Coates was just hanging out in front of the scorer's table for a while.
Well, they're getting pressed, though.
Yeah. And a loose ball picked up by Jace. Gets it up to Donovan Coates. Coates at the free throw line. Cuts across. Shot no good. And the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers bring it back up. Now they'll get a chance to extend this 2-point lead. Here is Stacker. Stacker approaches the top of the key. Under 5 seconds to go. Stacker. He throws it up underneath, and at the buzzer, no good, and that's the way that quarter number 1 comes to a close. We're back with the second quarter after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. My name's Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone, and the second quarter has not been kind for Collinsville in their last 2 games. If you heard me during the pregame show, Belleville East outscored Collinsville 24-5 in the second quarter at the game at Belleville East last week, and then Belleville West outscored the Kahawks 16-8 in the second quarter here Tuesday night. So they really need to find a groove here in the second. Each team exchanges rebounds and no points here as we begin quarter number 2. Coates wide open for 3 in front of the East St. Louis bench. A little bit too short on that one. And now a rebound by East St. Louis, and the Flyers bring it back up the other way. Boy, this is a fast-paced game, isn't it?
Man, these teams are moving, Todd.
Another rebound for Collinsville. They win the battle of the boards right now, 8-6. Here is Evan Wilkinson for 3, and he drains it.
Man, what a nice dish by Reynolds. He attracts the defender, kicks out to Wilkinson. That gives Collinsville, I think, their first lead of the night, 18-17.
First lead of the night. 1 point advantage, 18-17. Here is East St. Louis, and another 3-point try coming from Stacker. That one misses, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville, and a whistle is going to belong to East St. Louis.
Man, credit number 40. Who's this young guy I've been paying attention to? What's his name?
40 for who, us?
Collinsville, yeah.
Jordan Taylor.
Jordan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't know him before this season. He boxed out well, had position, went up, and he was strong on that rebound.
Yeah. There is Donovan Coates. Coates hands the ball off to Wilkinson. Got Jace and Evan out there, so I have to be more specific then, don't I? Here's
good luck, Todd.
Donovan Coates over to Jace Wilkinson. Jace in between the scorer's table and the end of the bench. Will move it up in just outside the lane. Gives to Evan Wilkinson. Now Jordan Taylor. Taylor, his big body, taking the ball up there, and then it ends up going out of bounds, and it's going to belong to East St. Louis.
Yeah, Taylor made a move. I think by the time he got up there, he was surprised that he actually, it was successful, and just kind of tried to muscle the shot up, but I really like the way he plays. He just gave us some solid minutes. Talbot back in the game. So you've got your starters on the floor for Collinsville outside of Carnahan. You've got Wilkinson in place of Stanley.
Here is Stacker for East St. Louis. 6:10 left to play here in this opening quarter, or excuse me, opening half. And off the glass and off the rim, won't go. Evan Wilkinson pulls down the rebound. Collinsville brings it back up, looking to extend their lead. Here is Jace with a three-point shot, hits the inside of the rim, and the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers bring it back up. Into the paint it goes, and off, a block by Talbot. And now the ball on the ground as both the big guys go down, and then a putback by, who do you say that was? Alex Johnson.
That was hot potato, but credit Johnson for staying with it. You know, Collinsville's had a couple chances to drive the ball, but we've settled for threes and hit a couple, missed a couple.
1 point lead now, goes back to East St. Louis. No look pass into the paint for Solomon Talbot. He couldn't handle the hot potato.
Yeah, he put the ball on the floor. He should have just gone up with it.
5th turnover for Collinsville. Outside, wide open for 3. That one's off to the left. Saw that one, it left his hand by Stacker. And the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. They put it back up and
goaltending.
In. Probably should be.
That should have been goaltending for sure, because that ball was rattling around the rim. Darren Lee knows it.
Yep.
That absolutely should have been goaltending.
That was Jordan Ayers Burris, who's into the game for the first time tonight. He is a 6'5 senior. And I would happen to agree. And now Collinsville has a little turnover-itis going on here. They give the ball back to East St. Louis. Flyers already have a 3-point lead. Here's a little pop that won't drop from Stacker. And the rebound once again belongs to East St. Louis. And now a turnover by the Flyers. We'll give the ball back. And a nice give and go, no-look pass from Chase Reynolds to Jace Wilkinson. The ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville.
Well, this game is getting high pace, high energy in a hurry.
All right, inbound pass going to be triggered by Chase Reynolds. Excuse me, man.
Yeah, East St. Louis brings in more fresh legs, so they're looking to run, Todd.
They have no problem doing that. There is Donovan Coates, gets it over to Chase Reynolds. He hits one from just inside the three-point stripe.
Well, Chase has been big tonight, not afraid to stop and pop from, 16, 18 feet. He brings the Kahawks to within 1 point. Here comes East St. Louis on their half-court set.
Got my voice cracking over here, man.
Puberty, Todd.
Yeah, again. I enjoyed it so much the first time. That was a 2-point shot that was missed. Collinsville pulls down the rebound. Here is Coates. Coates will go in, and that's going to be a charge.
Yeah, I tell you what, the East St. Louis defender, who is that, number 12, Alex Johnson, he really was set up. And it's almost like it's like a soccer penalty kick. He guessed which way Donovan was going to go, and he set up, and he guessed right.
Yep.
So good call, and East St. Louis will come back the other way.
Tyreek Barnes comes into the game. He'll take the place of Burris. With the ball is Orlandis Brown. Brown dumps it off onto the wing, and back outside it goes, and a little dribble drive there, but not a lot of room to move, and we're going to have a travel.
Yeah, credit Stanley Carnahan. He came over from the other side of the block to double team the East St. Louis offensive player and caused him to shuffle his steps and walk, and here comes Collinsville the other way.
21-20, Flyers have the lead. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds gives it up onto the wing now for Carnahan. Back over to Reynolds, top of the key. Reynolds, tried to give it to Coates. Coates was on the move, so he should have led him with the pass, but he threw it behind him.
Well, he thought he was going to back cut. And just miscommunication there. That's just a basketball move. So another turnover. In a high-paced game like this, you're going to have a lot of turnovers.
Oh, yeah. That's the 7th one for Collinsville. East St. Louis already has 5. So we've already had 12 turnovers here in this first half, and we still have 3:20 left to play in it. Outside shot. Big three-point try, and that one's good. And that is Orlandis Brown, and he already had 1 3-point shot. That's all the scoring he's had so far. 6 points, 2 threes.
He was defended. He just jumped and popped it. Here comes Donovan Coates.
Big 3-point answer for Donovan.
That was from about 23 feet. Todd, huge shot to bring Collinsville back to within 1.
24-23. Flyers have the lead. We're under 3 minutes to go. Lots of 3-point shots taken by East St. Louis. There's a slip up in the paint. Almost could have been called a travel, and then a hop, skip, and a jump, and it rolls over the rim. And the rebound belongs to no one.
Evan Wilkinson running the ball down, man. What a hustle play by Evan Wilkinson. And everybody needs a break. They're not running to the ball right on a dead ball. Everybody's like, okay, let's take a breather, fellas.
Yeah.
Here comes Kamari Mays back into the game for Wilkinson, who's out of breath.
And Burris checks back into the game for East St. Louis. And the inbound pass goes to Mays and then back to where it came from, and that would be Donovan Coates. He cuts across the logo, hands the ball off to Wilkinson. Wilkinson hands the ball off to Mays. Mays then hands it off to Coates. A bunch of handoff here. I thought I was doing a football game. Here is Stanley Carnahan. That ball was tipped, and luckily Stan stayed with it. Up underneath, trying to feed Talbot, but there was the 6'5" Burris that took over that ball, and then a shot, no good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here comes Coates. Coates trying to work around Brown. He does. Wants some baseline movement, and Brown is going to be called for a foul. That'll be his first.
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know what the speed limit
No,
is
they're going to
out
go
there.
that again, Burris.
I don't know what the speed limit is out there on the floor, but everybody's breaking it right now.
I'm telling you. Giving me whiplash up here. Wilkinson inbounds, does so to Talbot. Talbot fires over to Mays. Mays into the paint. Stanley Carnahan, one bounce, turn around, little baby hook good. Carnahan on the board for the first time.
Little Magic Johnson baby hook action there.
East St. Louis goes back to work. Into the corner is Brown. Brown, one-hand pass outside to Orlandis Brown. He cuts through the paint, and Solomon Talbot says, not today, sir. They'll kick it back outside. Alex Johnson with a three-point shot. That misses the mark. Collinsville, they'll pull down the rebound. Jayhawks bring it back up, leading by 1. We're down to 95 seconds left to go here in this first half. Here is Mays. Mays in the slot between the logo and the top of the key. One bounce, gives it over to Coates. Coates on the near sideline. And to Talbot. Talbot had the ball poked away. Outside now for Mays. And over to Carnahan.
Collinsville showing patience, ready to work the ball. I think we'd be content. Don't know that we'll get a last shot here, but there's approaching a minute left in the half.
Here is Coates for 3. It rattles, but it won't fall. And the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. They'll slow things down with 1 minute to go and bring it back up. Kamari Mays has 1 point, and he got that in the free throw line in the Rochester game. Still looking for his first 2-point field goal, or maybe even a three-pointer. Will we see that here tonight?
After being a little surprised by the ball pressure, he's really stepped up and realized that's what's coming, and he's handled the ball well here in his second stint here in this ball game.
Stacker taking a page out of the Edwardsville handbook, playbook, and wasting some time, but Donovan Coates is pressuring the situation and trying to make him do something with it.
It should be 5 seconds, shouldn't it?
Yeah, as long as he's dribbling, I don't think so. And from the free throw line, he throws up a shot and a prayer. That's no good.
Oh,
Rebound belongs to East St. Louis, and they'll start all over again. Here is Orlandis Brown. He'll drive, and we have a interference foul. Is that what that call is?
Kamari got beat, so he just grabbed a hold of him.
Okay.
Which I'm not mad at. He didn't want to give up a layup. He didn't know Talbot was there to defend.
Well, you know, in hockey, this is interference.
Are they going to call intentional? I think they called an intentional on Kamari.
Okay.
Because he grabbed the guy after he got beat to impede him from making a layup.
So Orlandis Brown to the free throw line all by himself, where he is 15 of 28 on the year. And his first shot could tie it, and it does. I was hoping to jinx him, but it didn't work.
We'll try something different this time, Todd.
And that's usually the way it goes, man. I mentioned something, and it doesn't happen. So we're tied, 25 all, 13.4 seconds left to play here in this second quarter. It's been a good game so far.
It has been action-packed.
Brown hits both, and now the 1-point lead back to East St. Louis. We probably had about, 4 or 5 lead changes?
Well, the problem is East St. Louis gets the ball back. That's the frustration.
I can't believe neither one of these teams has called a timeout here in the first half.
I agree. I don't think they've had time to call a timeout.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So after the technical foul, East St. Louis gets the ball back, and it comes in for Burris. Burris, he hands the ball to the wrong guy. Chase Wilkinson, a little bumper car on the way down, and he turns it into 2 points. And Collinsville back to the 1-point lead. And at the buzzer, are we going to have a shot? No, we are not. That is going to do it for the first half of this game. 27-26 in favor of East St. Louis. Time now for the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems in Collinsville. All things basement-y. Woods Basement Systems, working to keep homes dry since 1986. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters, 618-708-4055. Back with the Woods Basement System halftime show next on the Kahok Sports Network. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Once again, we welcome you back here to the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. And at halftime, 27-26 in favor of Collinsville. A 1-point swing after East St. Louis led by 2 points. 17-15 was the score after one quarter of play. Collinsville then outscored East St. Louis 12-9 in that second quarter. And Collinsville is the one that now has the 1-point lead. Other scores, other numbers look like this. Donovan Coates leading all scorers in this one. He's the only one in double digits so far with 10 points. After that, Evan Wilkinson has 5, 4 each for Chase Reynolds and Solomon Talbot. Stanley Carnahan and Jace Wilkinson have 2 each. Leading scorer for East St. Louis is Orlandis Brown. He has 8. 6 points belongs to Alex Johnson. Montreal Stacker with 4 points. 3 points apiece for DeVrice Johnson and Lawson Bynum, and then 2 points for Jordan Ayers Burris. Rebound battle being won by Collinsville, but only by 1, 13-12. Collinsville has turned the ball over 8 times compared to East St. Louis's 6. And from the lines, Collinsville has gone 3 of 8 from beyond the three-point stripe, while East St. Louis has hit 4 of 9, and both teams have gone 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. Out-of-town scores we can tell you about. Belleville West taking care of Granite City big time right now, 26-7. Other Southwestern Conference action that we have for you, O'Fallon over Alton, 13-1, is that right? At the end of the first quarter, and Edwardsville is over Belleville East right now, 25-18, and Belleville East comes into the night as the only undefeated team left in the Southwestern Conference. Outside the conference, Carlisle over Sparta, 34-14. At halftime, Central over Roxana, 28-7, and Freeburg over East Alton Wood River by a score of 43-20, and both of those games are also at halftime. That's going to do it for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Remember, if you have water problems going on in your house that you need to get taken care of, and boy do you need to give Woods Basement Systems a call at 618-708-4055. Third quarter action comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Collinsville High School. Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are. And at halftime, 27-26, third quarter getting underway right now. East St. Louis with the ball. They throw it into the backcourt, and Montreal Stacker, he has it and brings it across the middle of the logo. And over onto the wing for Johnson. Now East St. Louis will be playing in front of their bench. And Johnson gets kind of trapped in the corner there for a minute, kicks it outside for Brown, out to the top of the key, and then back over here on the wing for Stacker. Stacker to the top of the key, and a three-point shot on the way, and that one is good for Alex Johnson, and that's just how the first half started, with a three-point shot for East St. Louis. That's how the second half begins as well.
East St. Louis has shot the ball well from the three-point line, so we'll see how Collinsville responds here with their first possession in the second half.
There's a three-point answer by Donovan Coates, and it misses the mark, but Solomon Talbot is there with the rebound, and a putback, and a three-point shot that was made by Jace Wilkinson as he was falling down.
Yeah, great rebound by Solomon Talbot. He's really playing well tonight, and Wilkinson not afraid to put it up. That's a big shot here early in the second half.
Sure was. Needed an answer like that after Donovan Coates missed his, so that was nice to see. Here is Johnson. I got enough of them out there. I'm going to have to get some first names in there after a while. Montreal Stacker.
We got to go with numbers, maybe.
I know, man. I got Johnsons, I got Browns on one side, and on the other side I got Wilkinsons.
And Chases and Jaces.
Chases and Jaces. There is a three-point try by East St. Louis, no good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and they tried to a little fast break there up
good
to Carnahan.
Idea, and Carnahan just wasn't fast enough. That was a great idea. Reynolds with a nice outlet to Coates. Coates is athletic enough to catch up to it, but Stanley just couldn't get it, so here comes East St. Louis.
Yeah, I asked Coates during the pregame interview I did with him, I said, so you were playing for Edwardsville last year, and Edwardsville's the one who snapped Collinsville's 17-0 record as they started off that year, 17-0. I'm like, how did you feel after that one? Beating your old team and your friends. He's like, man, it was kind of a mixed emotion thing for me.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah. Lawson Bynum hits a big three-point shot.
I know which emotion won out, though.
No, I bet. A win is always nice. You'll take that over anything.
He's a competitor.
You can still be friends afterwards.
That's it.
Yeah. Here is Chase Reynolds, and he's being watched like a hawk. Kicks it outside to Wilkinson. 2-point lead back in favor of East St. Louis. Wilkinson flies and hits two more. All of a sudden, Wilkinson's looking like Michael Jordan out there.
Hey, he's looking to score. He goes high off the glass, gets pushed to the ground, doesn't care, gets up. He's back on defense.
32-32. A couple of times we've been tied here in this one. Here is Stacker. Stacker out near midcourt. Will just bounce the ball over to Johnson. That would be Alex Johnson. Johnson dribbles, drives, got to get around Talbot. And Talbot, I don't really see what he did wrong. He just had his hands up, and I think Johnson kind of ran into his chin.
He did, and I mean, you hate it to watch our Wilkinson get pushed to the ground a couple times and no call, but I would say credit Johnson for jumping into the big body and falling down, and he kind of earned that foul, you know.
And he was already 2 of 2 in the first half. Both teams went 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half, so we remained perfect on the free throw line. And, man, see, I was trying that jinx thing again, and it's just not working for me.
I'm telling you, you got to try a different strategy.
I think it's that full moon Friday the 13th thing. It's just it working in reverse, right?
Although I like seeing kids shoot well from the free throw
line. Oh, yeah, I do too.
Right?
But I like to see my team win. Oh, there's a hook shot by Talbot that rolled all the way around the rim. Return shot by Stanley Carnahan didn't work, and that rebound belongs to East St. Louis. And they'll kick it out to Alex Brown, or excuse me, Johnson, over into the corner now. And a baseline drive, and nowhere to move. Yeah, he did. He did. He took a look at Solomon Talbot. He's like, nope, I can't get up there.
I thought he had an open layup.
Yeah.
And Talbot stepped over, and you're right. He looked up at that skyscraper,
yeah.
right? And he didn't know what to do, so he stutter stepped.
Yeah, I got an interview with him coming up sometime this year, too. And I'm like,
that's going to be entertaining.
I'm going to have to stand on a chair.
He is a character. What a great kid.
Here is Reynolds. Reynolds out on the left wing. Gives it up for Donovan Coates. Baseline jumper, and he'll nail it.
Yeah, the old 19-footer. I love it that he nailed it.
Yeah.
But, man, our coach used to get mad. It's like either drive or shoot a three. But Coates with a big shot to tie the game.
34 all, and a reverse layup doesn't work, and we're going to have another foul handed out. This one may go against Carnahan, and it will. That'll be Stanley's second.
Yeah, East St. Louis look like they're settling into a half-court game. It looks like they're spreading the floor, and they're going to look to dribble and drive and either get layups or draw fouls. Where are we at on our fouls here? We're not in too bad a shape.
No, we're not. Carnahan has 2. Everybody else that has a foul has 1 for Collinsville.
Collinsville
and back at the free throw line Johnson hits another one.
Yeah, I was just like, Collinsville doesn't have the deepest bench, so I think the strategy for East St. Louis to dribble drive is probably a wise strategy. So we're going to have to play some help side defense.
And there's the
There you
first
go. It
miss.
worked, Todd.
Yeah, I didn't say
How'd
anything.
you do that?
I didn't say anything this time. Maybe that's the key. So a miss there.
That's the first time.
By East St. Louis, yeah, right? And here is Chase Reynolds over on the left wing. Spins at the free throw line. Pops it, drops it.
Chase Reynolds is money on the stop and pops today.
1 point lead swings back in the favor of Collinsville. We are halfway through quarter number 3. And here once again is Alex Johnson. Johnson almost broke Stanley Carnahan's ankles there. And then he throws up a little hook shot of his own. No good. Solomon Talbot gets the rebound. He gives it up to Chase Reynolds, and Reynolds almost lost it thanks to the prowess there of DeVrice Johnson. DeVrice. I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
I was wondering if it was how you pronounce that.
Yeah, DeVrice. There's Carnahan. He goes up, no good. And Solomon had his hands on the rebound for a split second, but couldn't do anything and tried to kind of volleyball it up there. And the rebound ends up belonging to East St. Louis. Here is Stacker. He drives baseline. Glass, no good. Reynolds is there with the rebound for Collinsville. Jayhawks bring it back up. I don't think Collinsville's led by more than 2 in this game, have they?
2 big defensive stops on dribble drives. Collinsville's got to capitalize with a score. Here comes Talbot.
Talbot, turnaround. Off the glass, good for 2. Jayhawks lead by 3.
Boy, he used his body, and he's got the height advantage,
oh, yeah,
right?
Big
so he
time.
used his body and went off the glass. That's a huge bucket by senior Talbot. I mean, a 3-point lead in this game seems like an 8-point lead.
Does it seem like things have slowed down here at the start of the second half?
It has, and that's where I get to East St. Louis is running a half-court game.
Oh, big 3-point shot there from Alandis Brown. And we are tied once again, 38 all.
That was a big-time shot by Brown, that's for sure. Tied up, here comes Reynolds.
Reynolds across the way to Jace Wilkinson. Wilkinson deep out on the right wing. Gives it over deep out on the left wing, and into the corner it goes for Carnahan. Carnahan looks around, surveys things, gives it to Talbot. Talbot in the paint, one bounce, turns around, and he'll get fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. This one looks like it's going to go against Lawson Bynum, and that'll be his 3rd.
That could be big here. I mean, we're approaching the end of the 3rd period.
He didn't see much action in the second quarter because he had those 2 early. Solomon Talbot, 2 for 2 in the first half from the free throw line.
Both teams have settled a little more half-court offense. It'll be interesting to see if they keep that up or if they end up speeding up the pace.
Talbot doing very well from the free throw line this year, and enters Jordan Taylor once again. He'll take the place of Carnahan.
Keep an eye on Taylor, folks. Great young talent here out of Collinsville.
6'5" junior.
Yeah, getting a lot of chances.
Played a lot in that JV game, too. Here comes, whoop, hit the wrong button on my phone. I was trying to,
Chase Wilkinson with the ball pressure, and we're going to get a timeout out of East St. Louis, I believe.
A full timeout coming up. We'll take a full timeout as well. Back in a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 40-38 in favor of Collinsville. 2:17 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. Now to answer your question, man, she had a check engine light come on. I took it up to the thing today, and they said it was a crankshaft positioning sensor, and shouldn't have anything to do with it starting. Anyway,
Good luck on that.
I know. Here is Stacker. Stacker kicks it up outside now for Johnson, and Johnson gets fouled underneath. That might belong to Taylor.
Yeah, he did get some body contact, but I feel like he was a little bailed out. They're going to call it a shooting foul. Yeah, they are. So East St. Louis again showing that they're going to try to penetrate to the rack and either draw fouls. They're obviously a good free throw shooting team.
Yeah.
Right?
Big time. And another one on the way, and both of them made this time by Johnson.
You know, Collinsville went into a zone in that Rochester game. Was it Rochester or the following game? So I wouldn't be surprised. Here we go, baby.
Taylor had to wait it out. He gets fouled on the way up.
Yeah, I don't know what he was waiting on.
I don't know either. He was underneath the basket all by himself.
He wanted to pump fake, which I like, but it's like he was indecisive. But, you know, with East St. Louis looking to penetrate, you might see Collinsville pack down into a zone. However, they've been shooting the ball well from outside, so I don't know.
Lawson Bynum with his 4th foul now, so he'll go to the bench, and he probably won't come back out.
Which that could play because Collinsville's been showing that we want to go to the paint, and without Bynum in there, we really outsize them.
Jordan Taylor, this is his first trip to the free throw line as a varsity player. He misses the first one. And this is the second one as well. And
that should be Collinsville ball.
Yeah, rebound got knocked out of bounds by East St. Louis, so Collinsville should get the ball back underneath of their own basket.
Yeah, credit Stanley Carnahan, man. I say he plays like Dennis Rodman. You know,
Yeah.
it seems like if the ball comes off the rack, he's there.
Jace all the way out to Evan, and a three-point shot. That's just a little bit too strong. And now the rebound comes all the way out, and here comes Johnson all by himself, and he almost popped that one out of there.
How did that go in? He tried to dunk, and it popped up, and then it went in.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, get under control, Jace.
Yeah, he got split, double-teamed in the corner for Donovan Coates. Good for 3.
Huge, and he got pushed to the ground as well. What are we doing? Timeout? Darren Lee, I like it.
Well, Darren Lee calls a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar & Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar & Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large-screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar & Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar & Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332.
43-42, Collinsville has a lead of 1 point. We have 90 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Welcome back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. And the inbound pass being triggered all the way down at the other end of the Collinsville basket by East St. Louis.
I'll tell you what, we're getting our money's worth here. Everybody packed this gym and everybody tuning in. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And this is Southwest Conference basketball, Todd.
Yeah. That it is. I don't know what's taking so long down there underneath the basket to get this thing going.
I don't know. I'm sure the players aren't mad, though. Any bit of rest they can get.
Yeah.
Both teams showing great energy, lots of hustle, good sportsmanship. What a great game.
Here is Stacker. He'll bounce the ball across the top of the logo from there to the bottom of the logo from the top. And then into the paint it goes, and a loose ball picked up by Jace Wilkinson. Well, he didn't pick it up. It just kind of landed in his arms. Here is a nice low. Get that
that's
out
goaltending.
Here. That should be goaltending. Yep.
Great defense by Stanley Carnahan on this end, and he hustles to the other end, and he's the recipient of a great pass and gets rewarded with 2 points.
Okay. So Carnahan will get the 2 points without making a basket. And East St. Louis gets the ball back, and a shot won't go, and the rebound bounces between a bunch of people, and it's picked up there by Orlandis Brown. He banks it off the glass, and it's a 1 point game once again.
Yep, full court pressure by East St. Louis.
Wilkinson gets it over to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get it across the timeline. He'll do so with a pass over to Jace Wilkinson. Wilkinson from in front of the scorer's table, and now at the top of the key. We're down to 35 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 1 point contest, 45-44. Collinsville with the lead.
Yeah, there was that pace I was talking about, right? It picked up in a hurry after that timeout.
Sure did.
Collinsville needs the last shot here.
Chase Reynolds backs all the way up into the logo and the headdress of the Kahok Indian here at midcourt. Collinsville playing for the last shot, almost turned it over, but Coates found the handle once again. He'll drive and dribble with that right hand, and now over to the left side to hand the ball off to Jace Wilkinson. Wilkinson, he'll drive, and at the top of the key, puts one up, and no good. And then the putback almost makes it in, but that is going to be it for quarter number 3. Woo, 45-44, fourth quarter is what we have coming your way next. Don't you go anywhere, folks. This is a fun game here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans. And he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187.
1-point game as we enter the fourth quarter, and we are underway. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you. This should be a fun fourth quarter. Here is Chase Reynolds. Reynolds with the right-hand dribble. Over on the right wing, gives it up to Carnahan. Carnahan just into the perimeter near the baseline, kicks it back out for Reynolds. Reynolds, he surveys things, dribbles a couple of times, gives it up now to Wilkinson into the paint. Talbot dumps it off. Carnahan got fouled a couple of times. Count the bucket and the bruise.
Man, nice dish by Talbot over to Carnahan. I told you Carnahan's always there. He's got a nose for the ball. Pump fake like a boss, puts the ball off the glass. He's got a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Tyreek Barnes picks up his third foul, first one here in this fourth quarter. Carnahan, first time at the free throw line this year, and he is 2 of 8 coming into this. He misses, and the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. So Carnahan had a chance to turn it into a three-point play, but Collinsville leads by 3 points, and here is Stacker. Stacker drives, and Coates knocks the ball out of his hands. And
they're going to give him shot, too, on that.
They are.
Surprising, but there goes East St. Louis. I mean, you're going to see a solid dose of just spreading it, dribble, drive. And I don't know, man. I guess he's got a better look on it. I was hoping that Donovan got that clean, but might have hit him on the wrist.
Stacker at the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's 34-42 coming into this year, so he only had 2 less free throws than Coates did coming in, and he misses.
I don't think I've seen so many left-handed free throw shooters.
Yeah? I don't even remember. I'm left-handed, so I guess I used to do it that way too.
I write left-handed, but I shoot right-handed.
Yeah? Of course, I only played basketball in 7th grade. That was the extent of my basketball career. I took an elbow to the nose, and that was it for me. I was done.
Grew up in a small town where I could play basketball through high school, you know. Up
Yeah.
here in the Southwest Conference, I think I would have been a baseball player. That'd have been about it.
Yeah, there's Coates. Rattles one home.
Coates is fired up. He flexes his muscles and gives a little yell at the end. Lots of energy here tonight.
Collinsville has a 4-point lead here now. That's their biggest lead so far of the night. And here is Stacker. Stacker at the top of the key, free throw line, puts on a spin move, trying to get around a couple of big bodies there, no good. And then a nice move there, and a basket that falls in for Tyreek Barnes. He put on a nice move in front of Talbot.
He had Talbot on the perimeter, and he said, I'm taking this guy to the rack, and he did just that.
Here is Reynolds. Reynolds bluffed the drive, backs up, one-hand pass all the way over to Evan Wilkinson. 6.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Into the corner now for Carnahan. Carnahan back out deep onto the left wing for Wilkinson. Into the corner, Coates for 3. Ooh, that one just bounces off. But there is Talbot with the rebound. Big rebound, that is. Puts it back up and in. Does Solomon.
He took one dribble from almost the free throw line and made it all the way to the rack. That's how long he is.
Yeah, there's a try, and we're going to have
Oh, baby.
foul. This one's going to be handed out, I believe, to Evan Wilkinson.
Oh, it is. Stacker, Stacker and Donovan Coates are kind of mano-y-mano here, right? Like they're the guys, you can tell, and they both want it. Stacker goes to the rack, and Wilkinson just can't handle him. Stacker muscles it in, so he's going to go back to the line. He's huffing and puffing out there, so we'll see if that affects his free throw.
Just went 1 of 2 from the free throw line a moment ago. He eyes that thing a couple of times. He's taking his time trying to get his breath back. And there's the one to make it a 3-point play, and we're back to a 1-point game.
Credit Stacker, that was mature. He was huffing and puffing, and he really took his time and got his breath, so he had his legs. Starters on the floor for Collinsville with just over 6 minutes left. Here we go.
Here is Jace Wilkinson. Wilkinson on the near sideline. Gives it up now. And just outside the logo to Reynolds. Reynolds getting kind of pushed around and smacked around a little bit. Over to Wilkinson.
Yeah, Reynolds has had a tendency to turn it over a little bit, so they're really pressing him, but he's doing a good job of handling it.
Nice try there by Coates, and the rebound belongs to East St. Louis. Flyers bring it back up with a chance to retake the lead. 5:40 left to go here in this fourth quarter, and here is Stacker.
Yeah, they're spread all the way out. This is going to be the Stacker show.
Stacker at midcourt. Brings it up. Top of the key. Back and forth he'll go. Gives it up now for Johnson. That would be Alex Johnson.
Now Johnson's going to look to go to the rack. Boy, you can tell what they're going to do.
Isaiah Brown putting on a little bit of a screen, and Johnson almost lost his dribble and found it. Now Brown sends it over to the other Brown.
Yeah, Wilkinson's pressuring the ball just like East St. Louis is, giving them a dose of their own medicine.
Into the corner, 3-point shot on the way, and good for Montreal Stacker. His first 3-point shot of the night, and that gives East St. Louis back the 2-point lead. A timeout called by Coach Lee. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside for that long as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Fantastic Southwestern Conference game going on between Collinsville and East St. Louis, 53-51. Both teams 18 points each in that third quarter. And Collinsville kept the 1-point lead heading into the fourth, but right now the 2-point lead belongs to East St. Louis. Collinsville trying to do something about that right now. That ball knocked out of, knocked out of his hands.
Yeah, I wasn't down there, Todd. It sure looked like it, but that's going to go down as a turnover. And
sure is.
You know, with 4:40 left, every possession's going to count. And here comes East St. Louis with this spread strategy.
2-point lead for the Flyers, looking to make it more. Here is Alex Johnson. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll take the shot, get that out of here. He'll get his own rebound or his own ball back, no good. And now Chase Reynolds finds the ball. And the Kahawks bring it back up. And an off-balance shot taken there by Talbot by Jace Wilkinson, and then everybody goes flying out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go to the rack, but he was going too fast. Again, credit Stanley Carnahan for being there to clean up the trash. And Collinsville's the recipient of the ball out of bounds. Here we go.
Comes into Talbot. Talbot gives it to Chase Reynolds. Reynolds deep out on the left wing into the corner. Jace Wilkinson for three. Yes!
What a big shot by Wilkinson. He's not afraid to put it up, and he puts Collinsville up by one with just over 4 left. Here comes the Flyers.
Montreal Stacker with the ball at the logo. Gives it up now for Isaiah Brown. Brown, a one-arm shovel pass, and gets it right back from Alex Johnson, does Brown. And then here's a three-point try to answer. No good. Rebound belongs to East St. Louis. They get another
block shot out of Talbot.
Yeah,
block shot out of Talbot. That's big.
It was a drive by Alex Johnson that's thwarted there by Stanley Carnahan. 1-point lead for Collinsville. 3:35 to play here in this fourth quarter. Shot up, no good. Talbot with the rebound for the Kahawks. He'll give it up now for Chase Reynolds. Reynolds caught in the backcourt on a double team. He finds a way out of it by getting it up to Coates. Coates knows what to do. He's got some room underneath. Carnahan, good for two.
There's Stanley in the right place at the right time. Collinsville pushes it, catches East St. Louis sleeping, puts Collinsville up by 3 with 3:14 left.
As soon as Coates caught that ball, he knew that he had two guys covering Chase Reynolds over here in the corner, and there was numbers going the other way. All right, timeout called on the floor by East St. Louis. We'll take a timeout as well, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds on the Kahok Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
Once again, we're back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey back with you. 3:12 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 3-point lead for Collinsville, 56-53.
Lots of excitement. Collinsville's figured out the help side defense game, knowing that East St. Louis is going to dribble drive. Collinsville gets a stop here. That's you, Joe, baby. Oh.
Wilkinson is kind of.
Wilkinson's a ball hound tonight. I love it.
Yeah. All right, here is Stacker. Stacker hands the ball off to Bynum. Stacker had the ball the whole way. Off the glass, won't fall in for Brown. Rebound, who wants it? It goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to East St. Louis, I believe.
Yep. Lots of action in the paint. East St. Louis gets the ball back with 2:53 left. Again, good help side defense by the Kahawks. Here we go.
Bynum is out there. There's a three-point try by Brown, and that one's good.
Boy, they've come up with some big three-point shots here tonight. That ties the game. Here comes Wilkinson and Collinsville.
Jace looking to get across that timeline. He does. And he'll bring it into the left perimeter and then back it back out. Bounces it over to Reynolds. Reynolds up into the paint. Talbot, turn around off the glass. Good for two.
Man, he's got that left-hand baby hook going. Nice dish. Collinsville continues to live in the paint. And East St. Louis will set up their half-court game.
Here is Alex Johnson. Johnson brings it over to the left wing. Kahawks lead by 2. Into the paint, out of the paint. Three-point shot Bynum. No, that's no good. Rebound put back up and in, though, by Brown.
Man, that ball was way too short. Made for an easy rebound for East St. Louis. They tie it up. Back and forth we go here as time ticks away in Virgil Fletcher Gym.
2 minutes to go. Here is Wilkinson. That ball knocked out of bounds, and
they don't know what to do. It went off Jace's foot. I think that's the right call, too.
Yeah. That would be the 11th turnover in this game for Collinsville. And now Coach Lee would like to take a timeout. And he is going to take a 60-second timeout. We'll take that long as well. And we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for Veterans in Need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahawk Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joe Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022.
Back to action here. East St. Louis with the ball. 58-58 game. They'll kick it up outside. Boy, I tell you what, he was wide open for a three-point shot, but Decided not to take it, did Isaiah Brown. And now back at the logo. Dribble drive by Orlandis Brown. He'll kick it back outside now for Alex Johnson. And East St. Louis playing a little game of keep away. Don't tell me they want to waste 90 seconds to go for the last shot here.
They've been patient tonight. I wouldn't put it past them, but it wouldn't be a bad strategy, but we'll see what they do here.
Stacker back at the midcourt logo. Will take it out. And
we do have fouls to give. Keep that in mind.
Yes, we do. And timeouts to use, and there is another one, and that one's going to be taken by East St. Louis. That'll be a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back here in just about that amount of time, too, on the Kahok Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Actually, I decided to only take half of that 60-second timeout because I didn't want to take the chance on missing anything. We have 1:05 left to play here in this fourth quarter. A 58-58 game. East St. Louis calls a timeout while they were in possession of the ball, so they'll have it still as they come back from this timeout. And this has been a whale of a contest here between Collinsville and East St. Louis. Each team now with 58 points, so that'll make this fourth quarter a pretty high-scoring fourth quarter as well when it's all said and done. And I'm Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey on the other microphone. Glad that you are with us. Chilly Friday here as we all get ready for the Christmas holiday upcoming quickly. We have one more week of school here. And then after we get out of school on Friday, we'll be on a 2-week break.
Ooh, featuring the, is it the Prairie Farm still?
Yeah.
Holiday Classic.
Yeah. All right, here is Stacker. Stacker dribbles into the paint, takes the shot, rolls across the rim, rebound, who wants it? And it's going to belong to East St. Louis. They'll go back to work here, looking for that final shot maybe. 40 seconds left to go. 58-58 game. Here is Alex Johnson in front of the scorer's table. He'll skirt the midcourt stripe, bring it around to the top of the key with 30 seconds to play here in this fourth quarter. This game's either going to be won by East St. Louis or we're probably going to overtime unless Collinsville can force a turnover or a foul to send them to the line, but they've been pretty good from the free throw line tonight. Another spin move by Johnson. Johnson being chased all over the place. Gives it up now for Brown. Back outside for Johnson. And Johnson is you don't want to foul now because you don't want him to win it at the free throw line. Here's a shot. No good. Rebound. It's going to belong out of bounds, and it's going to stay with East St. Louis with 0.1 second to go.
Woo, good defense by your Collinsville Kahawks. Stanley Carnahan gets out guarding the ball, sweating the guard. Threw him out of kilter. I don't think they expected that.
Telling you what.
I mean, credit Carnahan with just disrupting their whole operation to try to get the ladder. Are they going to put time on the clock? Or what
I don't know.
Doing?
Yeah, Coach Lee wants a timeout.
Timeout for sure, because they're going to go for a tip here, right?
I would believe so, yeah. I think so. They're going to throw it up there. It's kind of like an alley-oop inbound pass.
Right.
And we're just going to go ahead and keep it here for this one. We're not going to miss out on anything here.
Ooh, baby, let me tell you what. Nice defense by Collinsville. East St. Louis just did not get the shot off that they wanted at all. They got an early shot off, got the offensive rebound. I couldn't believe Stanley Carnahan out there sweating the guard. I mean, that's a big, strong dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he showed some quickness out there.
He sure did.
A little hot potato, and the ball goes out of bounds.
And then that rebound, that was bouncing all over the place. I thought for a minute Carnahan got his hands on it. Then it looked like it hit Talbot in the face. And by the time it ended up going out of bounds, there wouldn't have been enough time to Collinsville to do anything with it if we would have got the rebound.
Do you know what the rules are? Like with 0.1 seconds, like you don't have time to catch and shoot, right?
No, you don't.
So you have to tip it. So do we just, I don't know, man. I'm sure Darren Lee had some sort of an idea. That's why he called the timeout. So we'll see what happens. I'd say we stack up the paint. Looks like that's what we're doing. Stanley's going to face guard Tyreek Barnes.
Stacker will inbound. And looking for the shot at the buzzer. No good anyway. Man.
Oh, he had that shot. I thought that was going in.
I did too. That was Tyreek Barnes. And we have a overtime period coming your way next. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with that overtime right after this break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
What do they call that? The basketball slamma-jamma? 58-58 after regulation. We are going to overtime. All knotted in a very classic Southwestern Conference game. East St. Louis had a 2-point lead after one quarter. Collinsville had a 1-point lead after the second quarter, and after the third quarter, after both teams scored 18 points in that third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, East St. Louis outscores Collinsville 14-13, and we are knotted at 58.
Ooh, baby. This is an awful lot of fun, but this is wearing me out, Todd.
I'm telling you, man. Been a long week. 5 games in 5 days. And, of course, we have to top it all off with a little overtime.
Man, how about that?
Yeah. All right, back at center court with another tip-off. Here is Solomon Talbot, and Talbot will win it into the hands of Stanley Carnahan. Over to Reynolds, who gives it up now for Wilkinson. 4 minutes here is the overtime period. Here's Jace Wilkinson. Gets it over to Reynolds. Reynolds. And that gets poked out of bounds by East St. Louis. It'll stay with Collinsville. Nice to see Collinsville go up by about 6 or 7 points here, and then East St. Louis can't hold on to the ball and waste all that time. They wasted 90 seconds.
If we go up by 6 or 7 points just because you said it, I owe you dinner.
Okay. Here is Wilkinson. I'm not hungry, but I probably will be after this is all
not
over.
Tonight. But.
Here's Chase Wilkinson all the way back at midcourt. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll throw it into the corner for Donovan Coates. Coates, one dribble, gives it up at the free throw line for Carnahan, over on the left wing for Wilkinson. Wilkinson wanted to head toward the corner, but that avenue was cut off over there by Johnson. Now back out to midcourt again by Chase Reynolds.
Yeah, Collinsville's going to reset.
Reynolds moves up to the top of the key. And then underneath, Stanley Carnahan wide open. Tries the underneath pass to Solomon Talbot, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Lee right before that ball started getting away from everybody. And it is a 60-second timeout. We'll step aside for about 30 of that. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event, or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Once again, we welcome you back here to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm going to have to check this huddle camera to make sure that it's not going to end up shutting off on me here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
9:56, so I think we're good. All right. I just thought of that since we're going into overtime. I'm like, I definitely don't want the huddle camera to shut off. All right, we're back underway. 3:05 to go here in this first overtime. Carnahan in the paint. Kicks it back outside for Reynolds. Reynolds over to Carnahan on the right wing. Carnahan dribbles. Doesn't get to drive very much. And then outside it goes to Coates. Coates inside, free throw line. That is Carnahan once again. He almost got tripped up, kicked it outside. Here is Reynolds, and he hits a three-pointer. Oh, boy, what a big three-point shot there by Chase Reynolds.
Chase Reynolds not afraid. It's stop and pop this time from behind the three-point line. What a huge bucket by the senior leader, Chase Reynolds.
2:40 to go here in this overtime.
St. Louis going to stay with the same strategy of spreading the court out, using all the half court.
Here is Stacker. Stacker drives, and he'll take a shot. That's partially blocked by Talbot. Now a lead pass up to Coates. Coates will just turn it around and wait everything out. Take some time off the clock, let his guys get set up, and now it's going to be a foul, and this one is going to go against DeVrice Johnson. That'll be his first, and each team now with 2, as I believe those fouls from the fourth quarter carry over.
I was just going to ask what the rules are on that. So Collinsville just takes care of the ball, settles for nothing really but a layup here or a foul.
Yeah. Into the backcourt it goes to Donovan Coates. Coates, he'll bring it up and lose the ball, and then he finds it, almost stepped over the line, and a no-look two-hand pass and a jump underneath for Carnahan, who throws it back out to Jace Wilkinson. That was a series there, and now we're going to,
oh, come on. No way.
Travel. Alex Johnson did everything but tackle Jace Wilkinson, and the referee calls it a travel.
Man, that is tough. Oh, man, he might have taken a step, but a lot of contact there, especially that much action. You hate that, but it doesn't matter. That's what it is. Here comes East St. Louis, down by 3 with 1:55 left.
61-58. We're just under 2 minutes to go. Out front it goes to Orlandis Brown. Brown just outside the lane, kicks it outside now for Johnson. And now we're going to have another travel the other way.
He made up for it.
He sure did.
He knew it. He knew it, and he made up for it. God love him.
Mark Chambers is beside himself.
Oh, he is.
That referee got away from Chambers quickly.
I am not mad at that. I respect that, actually, because he had a chance, and he made it even. So it's like none of it ever happened as long as we get the ball inbounds.
Well, the only thing that's happened is time kicked off the clock. 1:45 left to play here in this overtime. Collinsville leads by 3. Here is Donovan Coates. Coates being pressured and pushed around by Stacker. Coates all the way back out at midcourt now. We're down to 95 seconds to go. Outside it goes. Jace Wilkinson in front of his own bench. Bounces it back over to Coates. Coates gets pushed from behind, and that's going to be a foul, and that one's going to go against Stacker.
Yeah, a lot of ball pressure. Ref's doing a good job of letting them play, but I think that double team, they shoved him. Now, credit Coates, he was tough. That pass was going to get there. But a lot of ball pressure. East St. Louis is trying to force that turnover.
Third team foul by East St. Louis, so no one in jeopardy. Oh, man, back and forth.
Can't do that.
Yeah, Carnahan made a mistake and threw it to Coates, and Coates was in the backcourt.
Unforced error. Carnahan did not want that ball in his hands.
13th turnover for Collinsville here
Boy,
in this game.
that's a big one.
Yep,
Possessions
sure is.
matter right now.
Collinsville still has the 3-point lead. Here is Stacker. Stacker deep out over onto the left wing, brings it around to the right side. Front of his own bench, he'll hand the ball off. Out front it goes to Alex Johnson. Johnson at the free throw line. And then he reverses position, goes all the way back to midcourt, and now we're going to have a timeout called by East St. Louis.
It actually helped Collinsville because we tried to get Talbot in the game on defense, and we couldn't get him in.
Yep. So that'll help the Kahawks. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here for this one.
Yeah, so that was big. They actually blew the horn to get Talbot in, but they already put the ball in play, so they canceled it and told him to go back. He was running out on the court, and Collinsville was outmatched there size-wise, and a lot of ball pressure caused them to take a timeout, which is going to allow us to get our defensive personnel on the court.
I think they want to kick somebody out. Somebody on the East St. Louis fan side is being asked to leave this game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is. I think that gentleman was yelling at the referee who made the 2 travel calls, one against each team.
Yeah, and he didn't hesitate. He's out of here.
I'm sure he used some not so pretty language, and that's why he's being told to leave.
Well, here comes East Side.
All right, East St. Louis. We have 1:05 left to play here in this overtime. Here's a drive by Orlandis Brown, and he'll dump it off, but it's out of bounds off of the shoulder of Lawson Bynum. Collinsville will get the ball back with 1:01 left to play.
Good half-court defense. Here comes Evan Wilkinson, our offensive squad's on the floor. Look for some full court pressure out of east side. Collinsville's going to have to take care of the ball here, Todd.
Yeah, they are. Talbot goes back to the bench after he did his defensive duties. And now Jace Wilkinson is going to get fouled, and that one is going to go against Stacker, and that'll be his second, team fourth. So one more foul, and Collinsville is going to the free throw line.
Interesting that they went ahead and gave up a foul. It almost looked like he did it intentionally, and I'm not sure why you would do that.
Yeah.
Unless they want to just try to get a turnover on the inbounds.
Oh, we're going to have a foul before the ball even comes in. And this one's going to go against Jace Wilkinson.
He knew it, too. He just took off walking down the court.
Yep. That is his third, and
oh, no, wait a minute.
Third.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no, he's going to go to the free throw line.
He's
that was
walking
on
to
Stacker.
the free throw line.
That was on Stacker. So Jace was, I thought he was walking away in disgust.
Well, he pointed at him, and we thought the foul was on him, but he said, I'm going to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Well, he could ice it here.
Sure could. Wilkinson at the free throw line hits it.
Huge free throw out of the senior, number 2.
His first free throw of this game came in 21 of 33, good for 63.6%. And now it's a 2-possession game.
It'll be a 2-possession game either way. Now, Collinsville just doesn't want to foul on the defensive side when East St. Louis gets the ball.
And he makes both of them. That'll help. 63-58. Collinsville leads by 5. Dribble drive on the way by Stacker. Into the corner. Johnson with a 3-point shot.
Off
he
the
hits
glass?
it off the glass.
How did that go off the glass?
Went off
corner?
the high glass, too.
That's weird.
Back to within 2 are the Flyers. We'll keep it here after this timeout. 52.6 seconds to go.
Only thing you don't want to do is give up a quick 3 or foul, and we gave up a quick 3. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Looks like viewership's growing here. Word's getting out. We've got an exciting game. And this guy goes off the glass from the corner, Todd.
Yeah.
And they had a mismatch. We had Talbot out on the wing. And that's a huge shot for the Flyers. And credit their coach for calling a timeout immediately. And they are they're obviously going to try to get a turnover on full court pressure. So, you know, Darren Lee's down there drawing up a play to get the ball down the court.
Oh, yeah. See if they try that sneak play. Break up the huddle, and everybody comes down the court except for one guy.
Whatever it is, we just got to take care of the basketball and hit free throws at this point, right?
Yeah. That is for sure. That was a big three-pointer there, man.
Huge.
That was the
I thought it was going to hit off the side of the backboard.
I did too. That's the second.
And it skimmed the glass and went in. That physics are almost impossible.
I know. DeVrice Johnson, that's all he has tonight is three-pointers. He has 2 of them, one in the first half and then that one right there.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And he'll go out of the game as East St. Louis wants to bring out their defensive 5. Inbound pass triggered to Coates, give and go for Reynolds, and Reynolds trying to spin away from a couple of guys, throws it up to Evan Wilkinson. Back over to Donovan Coates, got to get it across the line, guys. Oh, that wasn't a foul. Into the corner it goes. Collinsville going to throw it around outside and force them to foul. And now Jace Wilkinson has it deep outside, comes back to the midcourt stripe, gives it up now for Donovan Coates, and over to Evan Wilkinson. Wilkinson bounces it back out front to Coates. We're down to 25 seconds, and we're going to have a foul, and this one is going to go against Alex Johnson. I believe that's his first, but it's the team 5th, so we will have free throw shooters from here on out.
Well, and this is where, you know, the old 1-and-1 that disappears, right? Like, that's a huge difference. Coates gets a chance for 2. He's got to hit. Well, if he hits 2, it's a 2-possession game, right?
He is 2 for 2 tonight. Yes, it is. They already lead by 2. And the first one, rattles out. Well, now you got to make this one just to force them to have to shoot a 3-pointer to tie you.
Oh, baby.
No one down to collect any rebounds for Collinsville here. Coates hits that one.
Big bucket out of Coates. Here comes East St. Louis. Collinsville's going to set up half-court defense.
Flyers bring it up. We're down to 20 seconds, and we're going to have a whistle on the play.
Well, you got to be careful with that. They called that intentional earlier on Kamari.
Jace Wilkinson picks up his 3rd. And that's
So
just the
we've
third team foul for Collinsville.
Got one to give.
Yeah.
Don't want to foul here.
Here is Brown. Orlandis cuts
that
across
up.
the lane,
Give
dumps
that
it
up.
up underneath.
That's fine.
And the three-point shot by Bynum is good. And that'll make it a one-point game. 15.7 seconds left. So Collinsville will get the ball and will have to bring it up court. Get it across the timeline is the first goal. And then hold on to it.
Well, I think if we get the ball in bounds, they'll foul immediately, right?
Probably.
So you're going to want to, you just have to get the ball in bounds successfully is the key.
Yep. 1 point lead again. We've had a bunch of those tonight, haven't we?
Yes, we have. I mean, what's the biggest lead of this game been? 3 or 4?
I think so, yeah. I think 4.
You know, unbelievable. Both teams going back and forth. No quit mentality.
Didn't Collinsville lead by 5 just a little while ago?
I don't know.
They had a 3-point lead, and then they made the 2 free throws by Jace Wilkinson. I think that gave them a 5-point lead. And then that big three-pointer there by Johnson.
You're right. That's right.
Got him back to within 2, so 5 points has been it.
That's right.
Woo, boy, this has been a fun game.
Man, what a fun game. Yeah, absolutely. Intense, exciting. Both teams, guys playing high energy. Nobody's scared to take a shot, right?
No.
Collinsville, just do your get the ball in bounds safely dance, will you?
Yeah. That's about it. All right, Chase Reynolds is the trigger man. And Reynolds, just underneath our location here, gives it up to Jace Wilkinson.
Oh, he
and
traveled.
Wilkinson, he'll come across the line with it, and a foul will be handed out to Stacker with 11.6 seconds to go.
Yeah, Coach Lee wants the intentional.
Yeah, he does. So Wilkinson at the free throw line with a chance to give his team a 3-point lead once again. He just went 2 for 2 from there a moment ago. Wilkinson, good.
Man, ice in his veins. 3 big free throws. Don't be surprised if they, no, they're not going to ice him here. They're going to let him shoot. Collinsville's talking about their strategy.
Defenders are already back waiting, and Wilkinson makes both.
Man.
Forces East St. Louis to have to make a 3-point shot with 11.6 to go.
Just can't
And
foul.
here they come. Here is Stacker. Stacker, one-arm pass over to Johnson. Johnson kicks it into the corner. Bynum, oh, he stepped out of bounds. A big turnover with 1.7 seconds left to play, and that might just about do it.
Well, Collinsville's going to have to get the ball in bounds.
They are.
And you almost want to just throw the ball to the other end of the court.
Well, somebody's got to get their hands
send everybody
on it.
deep.
Somebody's got to get their hands on it for the clock to start. And that person is Evan Wilkinson, and Wilkinson will get fouled with 0.1 second to play.
I like where we're at.
Yep.
I like where we're at, Todd. Credit Collinsville for taking care of the ball late in this game. Credit Jace Wilkinson.
Oh, yeah, big
4
time.
huge free throws at the end of this game.
Yep.
And this could be what this team needs. They're out there high-fiving, congratulating each other, you know, for some chemistry to gel going into this holiday tournament.
Evan Wilkinson at the free throw line for the first time tonight. 4 of 6 coming in, and he hits that one. 67-63. 4-point lead. Not a thing East St. Louis can do about it. Their fans already start filing out.
That's all she wrote, Todd.
Yep. So the inbound pass will come in from the Flyers, and as soon as they touch it, this game's over. 68-63. What a big, big way to get your first Southwestern Conference win of the year.
What a game. I'm glad that turned out on our side. You know, we lost a close one to Heron early, and just credit our guys. That was mature play. Took care of the ball, hit their free throws, and what an exciting game. Credit East St. Louis for a game, you know, greatly played.
Yep.
And we couldn't have asked for anything more.
I'm telling you what, that was fun, exciting basketball. That's
Sure
what you
was.
like.
That's it.
All right,
That's
time
it.
for the post-game show brought to you by my friend Dr. Chris McCluskey at Chiropractic Works. Take it away, Doc.
Well, thanks, Todd. We're Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, Illinois. Our mission is to help as many people live as high a quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. Find us at 410 Regency Center in Collinsville, 618-343-3602, or www.chiropracticworkscollinsville.com.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I'll see you next time. Have a great night.
All right, you as well. That is Dr. Chris McCluskey. Time for the postgame show, which starts right now on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisared lipolaser machine. The Invisared machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisared technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisared offers.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisared lipolaser machine. The Invisared machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisared technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisared offers.
Once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Big varsity win in overtime over East St. Louis, 68-63. And joining us now is Collinsville assistant head coach and JV head coach Eric Anderson. Coach, oh man, I don't even know where to begin, but we got to start with your JV team. You guys won 64-52, and after a 20-7 lead in that first quarter, I thought you guys were going to roll away with that thing, and that just wasn't the case. East St. Louis, man, they're tough on both ends.
Yeah, that was a good win for both of us tonight, JV and varsity. But yeah, the JV game, we jumped on them all. We jumped all over them early, and then we kind of got away from running our offense. We took some silly shots, had some turnovers mixed in, let them back in. Just kind of let them hang around a little bit, but overall it was a pretty good balanced effort. Jordan Taylor was a monster on the boards as usual. Had a couple dunks tonight, and he was able to get his offensive game going a little bit more tonight. I think he was not only had 22 points or something.
Yeah, 22.
And so he had a really good game for us, and our guards, did a nice job controlling the ball down the stretch. So yeah, it was a very good JV, very good win for us at the JV level.
Yeah, William Moulton, Aaron Moulton's little brother, got into double digits today in that game too with 13.
Yeah, he's capable of scoring the ball, and I think he went through a little cold stretch, in a few games, but he's kind of finding his rhythm, and I told him just focus defensively, just focus on guarding your guy and rebounding, and the offense will come, and hopefully he's buying into that a little bit because he is playing a little better defense, and I think that kind of got his mind off, missing shots. He just focused on defense, and the shots will come.
All right, let's move on to the big varsity game, man. What a game that was, and that was a tight affair, man. There was like a 1-point lead by you here and a 1-point lead by them there, and you end up winning by 5. I think once during that overtime period you led by 5, and that was as far as it ever got for anyone, man. That was just a close game.
Yeah, they're a good team. They really are. They're talented. They got some guys that can score the ball. We were not happy with the way we played against Belleville West, so we watched film and we tried to correct a bunch of things, and a lot of the things, normal spectators might not notice, and we call it shell drill. Guys in the right on help side positioning was very poor against Belleville West. We focused on that. We focused on boxing out because we watched the film and guys weren't getting bodies, not enough on the other team, in box out situations, and I think the guys responded, and we had a couple really good practices. And they did a much better job battling on the boards and getting guys in help side position and keying on the guys that can score for the other team and having guys in that help in case we do get beat. So we were very happy with the way they battled and the toughness and the energy level. And, that was much better tonight than the other night. So that's what they need to do that. Our guys got to do that every conference game, every game, to give ourselves a chance to win at the end. And luckily we had a little luck in the overtime. Couple of things went our way and pulled out a victory.
All right, well, Donovan Coates led the team with 18 points, but let's not talk about Donovan this time around. Let's talk about Jace Wilkinson. Ended up with 14 points. 12 of those came in the second half, and none bigger than the 4 free throws that he made there toward the end.
Yeah, those were big shots. He did a great job for us tonight, especially late. And I thought our bigs played really well. Solomon Talbot, Stanley Carnahan, those guys were all over the boards, active. And we had them both in at the end of the game because they were playing so well and they were rebounding and being tough. And we worried about them getting a little worn down at the end. But it was a gutsy performance from all our guys. It was a very balanced performance for all our team, and we had multiple guys contribute offensively. And obviously Donovan led the way. But this was a good win. We're gonna watch film and continue to keep getting better. But yeah, this is definitely something that can build our confidence.
If memory serves me correctly, Solomon Talbot ended up with 12 points. I believe that was a game high for him.
Yeah, and he did a lot of things that won't show up on a stat sheet. Just walling up, getting big, staying straight up when those guys fly in there. When he was younger, he'd come forward with his hands and get the foul called, and he's doing a much better job getting himself in position in the help side when those little guards fly in there. He's keeping himself between them and the basket, doing a nice job. So.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the big three-point shot by Chase Reynolds in that overtime period. And then that was followed up by the first two Jace Wilkinson free throws that gave you guys a 5-point lead.
Yeah, that's huge. Everything, all the shots we made in that overtime and that second half were big. When you got a game this close. So, yeah, I'm proud of our guys. Chase Reynolds stepped up. That's a huge three he hit. And I don't know what happened. East St. Louis kid's shoe fell off.
Yeah.
He got out of position. And Chase nailed it. So, yeah, that was credit to him. That was a big shot.
All right, you got a very rare Tuesday game coming up with a girls-boys doubleheader. That's going to be something different. I'm going to be here for both of them. Girls have Triad. You guys have Granite City.
Yep.
And, man, I tell you what, Granite City's been tough on you guys the last couple of times out.
Yeah. Record-wise, they haven't got off to a very good start, but they play hard. They got the big kid inside. And, I mean, like I told our guys, there's no nights off. We got to come ready to play every game. And that'd be kind of a fun night. Girls play first. I think our JV boys are going to be in the other gym during the varsity girls game. And then we'll come back over for our varsity game after the girls game. So it should be a fun night.
I got both of those on Tuesday. All right, sir, you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you for the visit.
All right, Todd, thanks.
All right, that is Eric Anderson. Thank him for the visit here on the post-game interview. Let's take a look at some numbers, shall we? We already told you. Donovan Coates led the way with 18 points. Jace Wilkinson behind him with 14 points. Solomon Talbot with 12 points. Those are your three double-digit scorers for Collinsville. Very close to that, though, was Chase Reynolds with 9 and Stanley Carnahan with 8 and Evan Wilkinson with 7. On the other side, they had 3 in the double digits as well. Orlandis Brown matched Donovan Coates in points with 18. Alex Johnson knocked down 16. Montreal Stacker had 11. 8 points belonged to Lawson Bynum. DeVrice Johnson had 3, and Jordan Ayers-Burris and Tyreek Barnes both had 2 points in that game. Tough all the way around, too. Close all the way around, too. The rebound battle was won by Collinsville by 1, 21-20. The turnover battle was won by Collinsville by 1. You don't win that one, though. Collinsville turned the ball over 13 times. East St. Louis turned the ball over 12 times. And from the lines, Collinsville hit 7 of 13 from the three-point stripe, while East St. Louis hit 10 of 17. And from the free throw lines, both teams did very well. 13 of 17 for Collinsville and 11 of 13 for East St. Louis. All right, that is going to do it. That's going to put an end to our very long week here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are back in action on Monday. Got some girls bowling action for you then. And then, as we mentioned, we have the girls-boys doubleheader basketball going on here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on Tuesday. Both of those games will be on Huddle TV as we try to prepare ourselves to do the Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament on Huddle TV. So it'll give us a chance to get used to it, and it'll give you a chance to get used to it as well. And then we have Wednesday off. Then we have more hockey Thursday, and we'll close out the week with more basketball next Friday before we go on a little bit of a break before that tournament. We'll have the next week off after that as the Collinsville School District celebrates Christmas with a 2-week vacation for all of us folks and the students who work and learn there. All right, a big thank you to Donovan Coates joining me in the pregame show. Big thank you to Dr. Chris McCluskey once again on the microphone, and, of course, Eric Anderson on the postgame interview. My name is Todd Duke, and until Monday, everyone, have yourselves a fantastic weekend.